Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Échale Podcast. My name is José Quintero. Y el día de hoy, ¿saben qué? Estoy muy emocionado porque tanto tiempo conociendo a estas muchachas a través de social media that I'm excited to have them here. The Estrada Twins, María y Laura. No sé si les llamen las Estrada Twins.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Welcome. ¿Cómo andan?
Aquí bien, aquí.
¿Nerviosas? ¿Por qué?
Un poco nerviosas.
¿Por qué? Ay, aquí vamos a echar puro relajo. We're gonna be like chill. I know like the setup is a little bit super professional and it can be intimidating. Trust me, I'm intimidated too. Entonces, relájense. Ahorita vamos a hablar de sus vidas amorosas. I'm just kidding. We're not getting
I'm out.
That's awesome. Oye, pero sí, ¿saben qué? Quiero empezar agradeciendo a San Bernardino Valley College que nos prestó este estudio donde estamos grabando, y si lo estás viendo a través de YouTube, thank you so much. Just make sure to follow, subscribe, listen to on Spotify and Apple. But I want to go ahead and start off by burning one of our friends because I think it's it's worth mentioning. Betol, si nos escuchas.
Si nos escuchas, güey, ¿para qué le decías que vivíamos en Moreno Valley, güey?
I know.
Ya sabes que vivimos en Pomona.
Exacto. I was like, we could have met up at my house. We could have, yo no tuve que manejar mucho. Se hubieran ahorrado la manejada de una hora.
El tráfico.
Yo todo este tiempo, all this time, I was literally like, dude, what's taking them so long? They live in Moreno Valley. Like, we're not that far from over here. And come to find out, you guys are in Pomona.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, tacha para ti, Betol. Pero, a ver, cuéntenme un poquito, porque, like, as twins, as social media influencers, I want to get to know how you guys started in the social media world, and then later on we're going to go ahead and discuss like the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, and the ugly, porque de seguro todos sabemos que hay un lado bello y un lado también muy feo. Pero cuéntenme cómo era, how was your guys' life growing up?
Let's see, growing up, our parents were always really strict. Nunca nos, like, during high school, nunca nos dejaron ir a ningún baile. They didn't let us go to prom, but we snuck our way to prom. Yeah. I was like, dude, that's the only dance I care about. Like, we have to go there. Yeah. So we snuck into prom, and then, but yeah, they were so strict. So then when it was time to like go away for college, I was like, I cannot stay here, dude. So we both decided to go to Oregon for college.
You're lying. I did not know this. Oh my God. Okay. We're going to get to Oregon right now. But talk to me, how strict was your parents? And do you guys have brothers?
We have one brother.
Younger or older?
Older.
How
older.
is that? Oh. How much older?
He's 2 years older.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not, tanto. Like to him, they let him go to prom.
What?
And then
what about go out to parties?
Surprisingly,
well, he never asked. None of us really cared about parties in high school. So.
Okay.
But when we wanted to go to prom, we told our dad, we're like, ¿y por qué si dejaste ir a nuestro brother, like Martin? And then he's like, oh, that's different. We're like, why? Because it's a guy. He's a guy.
And he didn't say anything.
Yeah, se quedó bien
but
callado.
we knew it was because that was the reason.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And then now that because we still all live with our parents, whenever our brother goes out, a él no le dice nada. Él puede regresar a la hora que quiera. But to us, when we're like
about to leave,
they're like, okay, se vienen para atrás, I don't know, a las 12 o a las 11. I'm like, apenas está empezando lo bueno a esas horas.
Yeah.
But they always tell us, like, whenever, ya cuando ya estamos en la calle, siempre nos hablan a cada hora. And I'm like, bro, you never call Martin. I don't see you calling Martin when he's out and about, like, and it's annoying. But I mean, now that they see that we don't answer their phone calls, they don't do it as much.
Yeah, and like, I think like talking back to them helped a lot too. I mean, they didn't like it, but I'm like, dude, I need to defend myself. Like,
exactly. How was that childhood? Because did you guys already see like the gender roles in your guys' household desde chiquitas?
No.
Like barrer, trapear.
Well, desde chiquitas, like my mom, surprisingly, a él también le daba chores. Like we would all take. Remember, like we would like. Uno le tocaba barrer, al otro tapear, and then for the dishes, we all do our own dish. But now that we're like older, now ya no le dice a nuestro brother nada. He like, él nomás tiene que lavar su propio traste, ya le sirve su comida, a él le da todo. A nosotros, like, ay, sírvanse, y luego, like, nosotros tenemos que, like, once in a while, like, clean the bathroom or clean the whole house. Y luego nuestro mother también le hace la cama.
No, she does everything.
Everything.
Like when she washes the clothes, she folds it up for him, like puts it away. For us, we have to like go figure that shit out.
And what, did you guys ever tell her something like, hey, ya Martín, ¿qué?
You know, we tell her, but she just laughs.
She's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah. So now we just make videos about it because like.
Which is funny because now a lot of the content, now I understand where it comes from. It's not just you guys recreating these stereotypes. It's your guys' lived experience on social media.
Yeah.
So literalmente tu mamá les hacía tantas cosas. Y ahora, does your mom see those videos and it's like, oh my God, you guys are burning me?
Well, she doesn't say we're burning her, but she does see them and like. She just doesn't tell us what like she thinks. But I'm like, I know she's thinking something.
¿Cuál es la peor regañada que te ha metido tu mamá a ti, Maria? And then we'll go with Laura.
For me, what has it been?
Se la sabe mejor ella.
I don't know.
O la peor.
Creo que cuando fuimos para México para las fiestas.
I remember now.
Okay.
Because it was I was on medication because I had an ear infection, and the doctor was like, no drinking while you're on medication. I was like, okay.
Pero nomás vamos a México a tomar.
But no, that night I wasn't planning on drinking, but one of our aunts that knows that we like drinking, she's like, hija, ya les aparté su cantarito. I was like, gracias, tía. So me lo eché, and then from that one, it was game over.
Yeah, it was game.
Like, because it was an open bar, so I just kept drinking.
I knew that she was on medication, so I told her, like, ya, güey, ya, cálmate, ya nomás. And then she's like, no, nomás. Yeah, entonces le siguió, entonces esa noche ya no.
So like, I was pretty intoxicated by the time we got back to the house. And then vamos a like, a ver, María, camínale derecho. And I was like, sí puedo, ma, pero no quiero, déjame en paz. And then she's like, okay. And then like the next day, she's like, vas a ver. And then she took away my medication and my ear was in so much pain. She didn't give it to me for 24 hours.
Oh my God, she was evil. She's literally like, ¿sabes qué? Vas a saber.
Like, she's like, if you want to drink and then like while you're on medication, okay, now I'm going to take away your medication. I was like, bro, so like, cause that day we were road tripping back to California, like on the like, so then like the whole
what part of Mexico?
By Guadalajara.
Okay, entonces sí, son más
like
24 hours.
Yeah, sí. Yeah.
I mean, 2 days, because I've done it too.
Yeah, so then I was like on the road, like, I was like, oh, my ear hurts, but I know I can't say nothing. Like,
te aguantas porque te aguantas.
Yeah, she didn't hit me, but she did something else.
Damn, she made me feel what real pain was.
Yeah.
What about for you, Laura?
For me, a ver, güey, ayúdame.
También ustedes dos.
Let me see. What about when? Something similar, I know.
Yeah, something about, it's always about drinking. Like, siempre nos regañan por tomar. I think recently we went to this TikTok event and there was an open bar.
También. How do you guys get like over there? Like come back Uber?
Uber,
That day we did Uber only because TikTok, they were like, oh, we have a voucher for you guys. You guys can use it. So I'm like,
I love when they do that.
Pero no sirvió. We ended up paying like
$170.
$170.
No manches.
TikTok, I was like, you did not come through. Your voucher valió madre, güey. No sé qué voucher me diste, güey, pero no sirvió.
Güey, te dan lo que te pagan en TikTok. Casi nada.
Literally.
No, but it was worse because we had to pay for it this
I
time.
know.
But the story gets worse. Okay, so that night.
We started drinking on the way.
No.
So we took the lift. No, actually, we got a ride from a friend. So the like right there was, not bad because
it was not bad.
Oh, you guys should have took it. Así hubieran sabido, like, hey.
I know.
Or was it only like a one-way voucher?
No, it was a two-way voucher, but it had to be within
that area,
like
that
1 mile of the event.
Which was
and that's
dumb.
like, are you serious, dude? Not everybody's driving from one. If not, why even take an Uber at this point?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, but that night.
Give me a Metro pass or something.
Esa noche, we both were drinking, and then afterwards we met up another friend at a club, and then ya cuando nos íbamos a ir, I ordered the Uber for us to go back home, and then I realized that I didn't have my jacket, and it was my favorite jacket, and I was like, no, wait, like, let me just go back. I think I left my jacket, and Mary's like, no, wait, you lost that shit long time ago.
I was like, dude, I haven't seen that jacket in the past 2 places we've been at. You lost it a long time ago.
And then she said that I took off sprinting, and then eso ya no me acuerdo, but she said I took off sprinting.
So you didn't record this, like, come on content?
No, I didn't. Because, no. But I just remember, like, telling Laura, like, if you leave to find that jacket and if the Uber gets here, I'm taking the Uber without you. And then Laura's like, yeah, that's fine. No,
you're like, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
You're like, TikTok's paying for it.
Yeah, so then I took the Uber. I got to the house, and it's like already like 4 a.m. And then my mom, she was waiting by the door.
No manches.
She was like, ¿Onta Laura? I was like, no sé. Like, I legit
Ay,
didn't know.
Sí la dejaste.
Sí me la
Yes, I left
Hija
her.
de la chingada.
Yeah, so then, vamos a like, ¿dónde está Laura? And I was like, ya te dije
Laura
que
no
no sé.
está.
You should have said that. Yeah. Me hubiera enojado más.
I should have said that. Next time.
I know, exactly. You're like, te paso a mi amigo, te lo va a cantar.
No, but my mom was all like, María, no estoy jugando. ¿Dónde dejaste a Laura? O sea, ya te dije que no sé. Ya me tenía harta, entonces me la dejé. But, dude, I don't know why I said that because that wasn't even the case. I just left her because she went to look for a jacket. Not that we even got mad at each other. But then, because my mom started
you were
yelling.
tired.
Yeah, I was tired. I was like, I don't have time for this bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
So then, en eso levantó a mi pa because he was also sleeping. So then my dad, that got even worse.
Oh my God.
My dad's like, ¿dónde chingados dejaste a tu hermana, cabrona? And then I was like, ya les dije que no sé. And then my dad's like, ponte la chamarra, vamos a ir a buscarla. I was like,
No
are you
manches.
serious? I was like, she's probably on her way back. So then my dad's like, ponte la chamarra, nos vamos. So like somehow like my drunk self was able to get a location to Laura like from her phone.
Uh-huh.
So then I was like, this is where it says she's at. So then my dad said, I've never seen him drive so fast.
Oh my God.
And then like on the way there, pura regañada, he made me cry.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, this is the worst. I should have never left her.
You're like, I'm already drunk and it hurts.
Yeah. So then when we're like 9 minutes away from the location I put, my mom called. She said like, ya regresó Laura. And then I was like, I told you.
Yeah, and then cuando yo regresé,
Oh my God.
the Uber dropped me close to the house in front of us, not my house. And yo estaba bien norteada. I went into the neighbor's house, and then I was like, my house looks so different. Y ahí todavía voy, like, knowing it wasn't my house. I'm like, well, where else am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
And then, thank God, my mom, ella estaba ahí, junto a la ventana, like, no le
She was
dejaba.
watched like she's like the
She was
patrol on.
she was like the neighbor watch.
Yeah.
Thank God she saw me, and then ya cuando iba a abrir la puerta, she came out of nowhere, and then she was like, what did she say?
Because the neighbor came out of the house, like she opened the door.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. So then my mom, good thing she got there at the perfect moment too.
No, ya tenía el escopeta y todo.
No, she was probably with her, like her,
She was by binoculars.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, my mom got Laura. She's like, ay, discúlpela.
Please, you gotta tell me like they have a Ring camera or something para que
Probably.
tuvieran. Ay, pues para que agarren el video.
Yeah.
That's a good content.
Yeah, so then the next day, my mom's like, ¿sí te acuerdas de lo que hiciste, Laura? Laura's like,
Entonces a ti te tocó la regañada de day
Yeah.
of a ti.
What was ese día ya más tardecito sí nos regañó nuestro papá y bien feo.
Oh.
yeah, like that was
A las
his,
dos, yeah.
He was like, what was the reason that
Ahora
that
sí
you
como
were
que
late?
Cardi B. What was
Yeah.
the
He's
reason?
like, what was the reason? What was the reason? And then we're like, Laura left her jacket.
And they
He's
didn't
like,
believe
no,
us.
they didn't believe us.
But it was because I lost
Did you
my...
find your jacket?
No,
Oh my God.
no, of course not. I don't know where I left that.
Okay, now the biggest question: did you get a voucher, and did you get a voucher, or was it one
I
voucher
think
for
it
both
was-
of it?
So it was like you only got one code because like we share an account
Uh-huh.
on TikTok. So
Okay.
like all the emails, like everything that's for TikTok just comes to like one email. But you could use that voucher on your way there and on your way back. Well, that's what they said. But then you couldn't even use. We didn't ended up not using it because it
So
didn't
how
work.
was yours 170 and yours 170, or?
Oh no,
So-
it ended up being 170 like for the whole night.
Oh.
Yeah.
No man.
Yeah, so then I was
Yeah.
like, bro, this is the most expensive event. Like, what the
Ever.
hell?
Exacto.
Yeah.
Y les dieron palomitas, mínimo un little goodie bag.
Nos
Oh, they
dieron-
got
sí.
I got a goodie
Oh, sí.
bag. That was actually good.
At least she got a goodie bag, but that day they did have games y sí me gané unos de los premios. So at least sí nos ganamos unos premios here and
Yeah.
there. So it was,
I mean, it wasn't worth
No.
170, but
I guess
Los premios weren't worth a sound.
no, they were not. But some of the, because I did get 2 hair products. I don't know how much they're worth, but now I'm looking at it. I was like, I guess I ended up paying for the hair products.
Literally.
yeah.
So I can clearly see how your parents are strict and continue to be strict even after so many years. Let's go back to when you guys went to college. ¿Cómo fue esa decisión? And were your parents like, mis niñas se me van a otro estado? O sea,
Well, I think it was easier for them to let us go because our brother, he also went out of state. He went to
Oh.
Iowa. And when we saw him like leaving, we're like, oh, hell yeah, like let's go out of state.
Yeah.
Because first I was just thinking locally, like community college or like one that's like couple like UC Davis or colleges here. I wasn't even thinking out of state. And then my brother, he went to Iowa, so we're like, oh, let's look out of state. And then when we started applying for colleges and we were getting accepted into different ones, my parents did say, like, if you guys don't go to the same college, olvídense, no las vamos a dejar ir.
Ah, ¿neta?
Yeah.
Y hasta pa' en eso.
Yeah,
Yes,
hasta en eso,
so
yeah.
then because we were gonna separate, like go to different colleges, just because we're like, oh, we want to see what it's like
Being apart?
being apart and like not having like people to compare you all the time or ask you like silly twin questions like, do you
damn
feel
it.
when she?
I was like,
did
let me
it?
let me not ask those questions. Delete.
No, but you can ask them, bro.
Ask
Go
later.
ahead.
Here we go again.
But yeah, no, but afterwards, like, honestly, we are grateful that our parents made us go to the same college because we got closer to each other because we only had each other. Like,
yeah, in Oregon, it was predominantly white people. There was maybe like 10 other
10
Hispanic students
10 Hispanics, like,
in the whole campus.
What school?
It was Lewis and Clark College in Oregon. It's a small private liberal arts.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's in Portland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I went once as a freshman to Portland, Oregon. I forgot what university we were staying at, but it was very small town.
Oh, okay.
And they did like a lot of theater festival there. But I'm like, probably not that one.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because Portland is, or like Oregon, like there's a lot
There's
of
a lot
theater
of small
kids.
colleges.
Yeah, there's also a
Yeah.
lot of small colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But how was that experience? Cuando llegaron, like, your first day there, because I'm sure you had a dorm, or did you guys
Yeah,
go
dorm.
apartment?
We did dorms for the
but-
first 2 years, right?
Yeah.
First 2 years, yeah.
But when we first got there, I was so homesick. I was like, oh, extraño a mi mamá.
I was like, I'm missing Hispanic people. What the hell is this?
Was there any good taco spots?
Ni me
Ni
acuerdo.
me acuerdo, güey. I don't remember.
You're like,
I
we didn't
think
have tacos. We had caviar.
they had a lot of food trucks, but the food trucks was a variety of food.
It was
Uh-huh.
mostly like Thai food
Yeah,
or
Thai
like
food was the number one, like there, or like it was mostly ethnic food, but not really necessarily like
Indian
Hispanic
food.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not a lot of Hispanic food.
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't remember having tacos there.
What was your favorite thing about Oregon?
Oh, yeah, people are so nice out there. Like
I
when
agree.
we first got there, somebody was like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I looked around. I was like, "Who is this motherfucker talking to?"
O sea, literalmente como en México, when you go back
Oh,
to Mexico,
sí.
it's like,
Yeah, todos
hola,
se
buenos
saludan,
días,
sí.
adiós.
Adiós.
Literally, yeah. But over there, like, I looked around and I was like, "Is he talking to me?"
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything. And then after that, he literally ignored me for the rest of the 4 years there. But I didn't know that was a thing in Oregon.
You're like, everybody's so nice.
Yeah, everybody- so
and
nice.
then Maria se trajo esas costumbres para atrás a California, and we're here. People were bitches. They were like, they even flipped her off.
She was all like, hi.
He was like, "Hi, how's it going?" No, completely ignored. I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember."
We're not in Oregon anymore.
Yeah.
And what did you guys end up majoring in college?
Hispanic studies, so like the history of Latin
The history,
America.
yeah.
Only because we switched a lot of like majors.
Yeah,
Super same.
we started off, we wanted to do econ because we wanted to start our own business.
like
no,
it,
no me
yeah.
preguntes de qué, but we wanted a business. And then
We're so similar. I'll tell you right now.
and then after economics, there was one class where I don't even know how we passed that class because it was so hard.
Game
But-
theory, I don't even ask me what that was about. We had a presentation and people had to pair up for that project.
And
I
you
wanted-
decided to pair
no. Me and Laura wanted to pair with different people. We're like, I think I'm gonna try to pair with Jasmine.
Una
and then no.
smart person.
Yeah,
Yes,
smart
a
person.
smart
Yes,
dude.
but no,
Everybody-
nobody wanted us.
You're like, si estas dos ni se quieren.
Yeah. So then when everybody was taken, me and Laura was like, I guess we can be partners.
Yeah, but thankfully for the day of the presentation, it was right before spring break. Ya todos los estudiantes se habían ido. Nomás quedaban 3 estudiantes en la clase. So we presented to 3 students.
And then
God.
they got all the smarty pants were gone because those
You
are the
got
ones.
judged, yes.
No,
No,
they
they
judge
got
you
judged.
and they asked so many questions
At
and
the
I
end.
wouldn't even know how to answer my own project.
You're like, any questions?
I'm like,
No.
any questions? Nobody had a question.
Yeah.
But the professor was so confused during the whole presentation because we literally BS the whole presentation. Like, I cannot tell you what the fuck we talked about.
That's funny. So at Oregon, it's so interesting that you guys ended up in Oregon and then also like studied the exact same thing. And you've clearly been growing up, been asked these questions. Do you guys sense what each other sense all the time? Are you feeling when she's sad? I'm sure you get that, and you got that all the time. What's been the most annoying twin question that they've asked?
I think it's like if you can feel each other's pain. Yeah, I'm like, no, dude. Do you feel when your sister gets it? Like,
it's the same
it's
thing.
like it's the same thing.
But at some point, you guys finish each other's sentences.
Oh yeah.
I laugh at the exact same time, say the exact same words. Does it trip people out?
It does.
Yeah. Especially when like they're standing right in between us. They're like, it feels like an echo. Like I hear one side and the other side.
Yeah.
But our friends always they always tell us like, man, it's crazy that you guys laugh at the same time. Or like sometimes we do like sing the same song at the same time. That even trips us out.
Like randomly, you guys are just
randomly,
like,
yeah.
la la la.
Yeah, like one time, I remember this day so clearly. We were both sitting down on the couch doing our homework. This was during high school days.
Yeah.
And then we randomly started singing the exact same song at the exact same minute. And we both looked at each other, kept singing the song, but looked at each other. We're like, what just happened?
Wow. What was the song?
I don't remember. It was one from high school.
It was one, yeah.
But that was the only time that like really tripped us out.
Dang, that's interesting. So you guys said college brought you guys closer.
Yeah.
Was there ever a moment that brought you guys apart? Where you were mad at Laura or Laura was mad at you?
We always get mad at each other, but we always make up for it.
O sea, sí son como couple, like we don't go to bed without like fixing things.
No, we go to bed without fixing anything. But the next day, like we have to talk, you know, like.
You're like, hey.
Yeah. Well, like for instance, last year when we went to the fiestas in Mexico.
Hey, bus, ese bus, I love it.
So, Laura went to the bathroom, but she left her cup with me, like her tequila cup. Yeah. So then she's like, hey, María, ¿me lo cuidas? I was like, yeah, clarinetes, güey, yo te lo cuido, güey. Anyways, I me quedé embobada, like, because everybody's dancing. So, and since I don't know how to dance, I love watching other people dance. And then I sat down with my little cousin, Mateo, and then Laura comes back, and then she's like, oye, güey, mi vaso. And then so like, no sé, güey. And then she's like, no, like, dude, we don't remember exactly what the words were.
What we said or what. But yeah, I didn't need another drink.
No, clearly, dude. So I had my hair like this, and she just started pulling me by the ponytail.
No mames.
Because I lost her cup. And then
you're like, I'll get you another one.
Yeah, I was like, bro, there's cups everywhere. So then when she's pulling me, and ya, empezamos acá, güey, acabamos hasta allá, güey. By her pulling me.
Y enfrente de todos.
Yes, in front of everybody.
And no, estábamos enfrente de los coros, el coro de misa.
Out of all people, it was all the ones from church. Like, yeah, but then, so because she was pulling me and I couldn't see because she was like going in. So I just started throwing punches, like I couldn't see nothing. And when I finally got her to let go of me,
she's like, stop.
So then,
no, she grabbed her cup, no me lo aventó, me hizo un chipote por aquí.
No,
it was a glass cup too. No sé qué me estaba pensando,
pero no se quebró, tengo buena maceta, no se quebró el vaso.
No manches, o sea, le tiraste un glass cup a tu hermana. Ya mejor québraselo toda dramática.
Si lo hubiera pensado mejor, sí. Nah. But then afterwards, I wanted it to go in for one last throw, so I went like this with all my power. Laura ducked down y no le di a otra niña.
No, una niña bien pequeñita ahí.
No la conocía. Yo estoy, ay, perdón, güey, te confundí.
Te confundí. You were in my way.
Yeah, so like, you're my. It's not my fault. You were my way. No, exactly. I didn't say that, but I did feel bad. I was just like, sorry.
Yeah. So then that night, bueno, esa noche ya nos llevaron. They were like, vámonos ya, porque yo ya no estaba a gusto. I don't know.
Yo tampoco no estaba a gusto, pero yo no me quería ir. Yo quería seguir allí la fiesta, pero sin ella. Yo estoy, no, yo aquí me voy a quedar. And my other cousin's like, María, ya se acabaron las fiestas. Yo sé, bueno, ya vámonos.
Ella en la mañana de seguro.
Sí, en la mañana.
El chipote.
No, esa noche me pusieron hielo, entonces creo que con el hielo se bajó. Pero la próxima semana, que diga la próxima mañana, todavía no nos estamos hablando así al 100. Ya hasta después, más al rato, cuando fuimos a comer lonche, le estábamos platicando a la esposa de nuestro primo, y ya es cuando empezamos
No, but ya estábamos hablando antes porque she was hungover. She was we had a hair appointment and she was in the bathroom like the whole time. She was throwing up, and then afterwards when we got done, she's like, can you come with me? I need to go to the pharmacy and get like something because I'm throwing up. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. But like it was an awkward talk, like, yeah. I can come with you.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was how we started talking.
Dang. So you guys are clearly so similar. What are your guys' differences? Is there one that's more introverted than the other?
She's more extroverted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes I think we switch.
Yeah.
Like sometimes she's more extroverted. Yeah, it just.
But I think what helped us, like, because back then in high school we were very, very introverted, and then ya cuando fuimos a la universidad, ya es cuando nos empezamos a hablar más, and then from like college we also studied abroad in Spain, and that also helped us like
awesome.
like just like really put ourselves out there. But looking back, like we've definitely come a long way. Porque antes, like, no,
like,
éramos bien tímidas.
I remember in high school when I had a presentation, dude, I was shaking. I was like, so mi presentación is like, literally, and my face was so red, and I was like, I hate presentations.
Same.
Now I can do like talk,
See, so if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, should I let my kids go abroad? Do it.
Yes,
do just let them be.
Yes, exactly. Bueno, con cuidado. Pero, con cuidado, but let them be. Did you guys ever think you guys were going to go into social media?
Well, we wanted to in college. We've always wanted to, pero nunca hacíamos tiempo.
O sea, YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Vine. I never really got into Vine.
We did create an account for Vine, and we were gonna start posting. This is when we were studying abroad in Spain, and we posted one video, and it got like 7 revines, and I got so excited. I was like, oh my god!
I'm like, I don't know, is that like 7 retweets?
Yeah, like that type of thing. Yeah, so then I got so excited, and then
Soy famosa.
I was like, soy famosa.
I'm a star.
Hay que seguirle, güey. And then they took down the app.
Is that what happened?
Literally.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So then I was like, oh shit, dude! Like this was like the beginning of my career of Vine star.
And this was obviously you guys were still in college. Then what year did you guys graduate Oregon?
2016.
Yeah.
2016. When did you guys start posting content again, or did you
Not
guys have like a YouTube channel?
No.
Hasta la pandemia como todos.
Yeah,
Pandemia,
well,
literally.
we did start a YouTube channel. Y ese sí lo empezamos 2019.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And then
Oh yeah, we should probably go back and post.
yeah, we started a YouTube channel because we used to travel a lot. Antes de la pandemia viajamos por todos lados, so we wanted to like do our YouTube channel like revolving about our traveling. And so we started that, and then we did the last big trip that we did before the pandemic. It was to Israel, and we started filming.
Wow.
We started filming here at the Target, and it was like we had these like we already had like transition ideas.
Here, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell, because you know, like in Israel tienen un lugar que se llama el Dersi, y ahí te pones.
Sí, güey, yo he ido varias veces. O sea,
Güey, voy cada semana, güey.
O sea, ahorita I'm gonna get my, este fin de semana tengo vuelo.
Okay.
I haven't been to Israel.
No, pero en Israel tienen un lugar donde hay una agua, se llama el Mar Muerto, y esa agua te pones el lodo.
But also,
okay.
I
think I know what you're talking about. I've seen it on Instagram.
Also, that part of the water, like where it's at, is the lowest point on Earth.
Oh wow.
So like right there, as soon as you like get to like a part of the water where like you can't stand, you automatically just float, like because it's like also really salty.
Jesus walked on water porque flotó.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
It actually does make a lot of sense.
I'm like, But cuando estamos allí, porque allí, like, you don't even need to know how to swim. You just automatically float. Like, no, even if you don't want to float, you just start floating. There was this one older guy, empezó a flotar. He's like, help, ya no podía poner sus pies in, like, in the floor because he was just floating.
Just lay down, dog.
And then he came up to me, and then he was, like, trying to grab onto me. Y a mí casi me tumba, like, güey, quítate este por allá.
And what if people want to dive?
No,
I
you
don't think
couldn't.
you
No,
can't.
you can't.
There's not really like people literally just go there to like take their pictures and then like because also like underneath like the bottom of the water está el mud que te puedes echar en toda la cara
y
lo usas como mascarilla.
Yeah. Supuestamente ese te rejuvenece, no hombre.
No, ahí todos ponen sus patas mugrosas, pero te rejuvenece.
No, pero para nuestro canal de YouTube lo que hicimos, empezamos en Target, compramos las,
bath bombs.
The bath bombs. And so we went to go buy the bath bombs. We put them in our tub, and then we did a transition. And the transition was when we come out, we're in Israel, like the Dead Sea. We never put the video together.
I know, but honestly,
do you guys still have the videos?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we can
still do it.
Yeah.
could still do it, but I don't know if the transitions make sense because those were the days when we're still trying to figure it out. But we'll probably put it up and like, this is how like bad we would have started, guys.
So then, did you guys end up? I mean, now do you guys work in the same place? Like when you guys started, I'm assuming cuando terminaron la universidad, you guys were like, okay, well, we got to pay our student loans or we got to get a job now.
Yeah.
And then were you guys working in the same place or different places?
No, we were working in the same place.
Ya está en eso.
No, see,
it was so random. The first job we had is because we were in one of our classes for art history, and this girl was wearing
she was wearing Jägermeister, you know the brand, the alcohol brand.
Yeah.
She was wearing those glasses. Somebody else asked him like, "Oh, cool, how'd you get those glasses?" She's like, "Oh, I work for a marketing company promoting different like alcohol brands." And then I was like, "Oh, dude, like you were
Are they hiring?"
I was like, "Are they hiring?" She's like, "Oh yeah." And so she got us hooked up with that company, and for our first gig straight out of college, we were walking beers. Nos dieron un...
Oh, como las niñas Red Bull.
Yeah, it was kind of like
that.
But
we were in an actual beer costume, like a big ass bottle. Yeah, nothing
like
compared
we
to
were
the
like
Red Bull.
inside, like we were the beer, like walking around, like no se miraban nuestras caras, nada. That was our first job, and luego de allí conseguimos otros. Estamos promocionando, ¿sabes la cerveza Estrella Jalisco?
Sí.
So we were promoting it when it was still not that big.
Of course.
Yeah. And then, well, esa job la cagamos y la embarramos, güey. The easiest job on earth, and la cagamos.
Like you guys can't go back and be like, oye, ya promuévanos, like promote us.
I wonder if they forgot about us, but
no. So that job, you were required to wear heels and
yeah, and then like these little dresses, and I was like, bro, I'm already wearing a fucking dress. Like, and you want me to be on heels? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So we showed up in sneakers, and at first no se dieron cuenta, but then donde sí la cagamos fue porque fuimos a un bar and we were supposed to be sampling the beer, and this
Se
bar.
la tomaron. Mis pinches borrachos ya sabía dónde iban.
The other girl, it was her idea, and me and Laura were like, pues ya que ya estamos aquí, no hay nadie.
Yeah, we're like, no hay nadie. Somebody has to sample the beer.
And we were like, no, sí está buena. Espérate, deja saborear un poquito más. 3 bottles later.
¿Y qué les dijeron? Did they go and be like, ¿qué andan haciendo?
No, so because the boss was never there with us, like nos mandaban solitas. But I'm pretty sure
the one that told on us was the person in the bars.
Yeah, like the bartender.
Even though like ellos like they're not our bosses.
Sí.
Pero ellos, I'm pretty sure ellos le dijeron a our bosses, so then ya después de ahí ya no nos contrataron. Pero thankfully ya teníamos otras compañías que querían trabajar con nosotros porque les decíamos que éramos bilingües.
That helped a lot.
Yeah. It helped a lot that we were bilingual. And then afterwards, ya pasaron 2 meses, y that same company, Estrella Jalisco, hired us again because they found nobody that was bilingual. They were like, yeah, we're gonna need you. They're like, we need you guys for Hispanic month.
Heritage
Month?
Yeah, it's Hispanic Heritage Month. I was like, fuck you, say less. But this time, we didn't sample the beer. We took it home. We did. We still did them dirty. Those were honestly like our dumb days. Like, we didn't care about life.
Yes.
Like, I just need the money, bro.
So then what was the last job before the pandemic?
It was these random jobs, but it was for a different marketing company, and that was representing Land Rover Jaguar.
Wow.
Yeah. So we made it really far in that like industry.
And you guys were like so close to like Gucci, Prada. Si le hubieran echado un poquito más acá.
We could have made it.
So then the 2020 pandemic comes, and then obviously eso nos sacude a todos, evidentemente. ¿Cómo fueron los primeros días en la pandemia para las Estrada Twins?
The first days was stressful. It was frustrating.
Well, because ya nos habíamos acostumbrado, like never being home, always being out and about, like working random events all across like the U.S. And then
you guys they would fly you.
Sometimes they would.
La chingada. I should have been friends with you guys a long time ago.
So when we first came back home, I'm like, looks like, because they started canceling, because we already had all of our schedules set for the next 2 months, and at first nos cancelaron los primeros 2 eventos. I'm like, okay, well, we still can work this one. Ya después cancelaron todos los eventos.
Because, like, everything was closed, todo se cerró poco a poquito. So I was like, oh my God, all my events, like, they're done. And so
Ahora sí como el TikTok.
Mis ahorros. Yeah, so then, at first it was, like, super frustrating, but then we're like, well, everything's closed. was like, there's nothing we can do. Let's just do some TikToks to kill time, you
Do
know?
you guys get unemployment since you're not
Oh,
employed?
yeah,
You're like,
And the day that our unemployment, well, el día que le cortaron a ella su unemployment, that day was when we got our first brand deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys obviously started doing TikToks. What was the first TikTok that blew up, and what month? Do you guys remember? You always remember your first time.
It was April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah, it was April Fool's.
Wow.
Yeah,
O sea, literal un mes después.
No, empezamos
Well,
los TikToks el febrero.
Febrero, so what is that?
Dos
February,
meses.
March, April, like
So-
almost 3 months. But to us, it felt like an eternity.
Pero hacían contenido todos los días, like every single day.
Dude, I don't remember. I think we were trying.
We were at least filming every day, and then the day we weren't filming, she was editing because at first, I don't know why Maria was like, no, let me do all the editing. Y a mí no me dejaba. So I would let her do all the editing. But
más
the day,
regañona.
yeah, no, sí.
For videos, yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to videos, le tengo miedo. I'm like,
Sí,
no,
hazlo
but-
tú.
yeah, no, pero the day that we were gonna quit, we were like, ya sabes que esto no es para mí porque nomás crecimos 30 seguidores en esos 3 meses.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So
30
you got 30 followers in 3 months.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was,
wow.
and I was like, well, es que sí le estoy echando ganas, güey, no sé qué está pasando.
Síganme los buenos.
Yeah, so the day that we were gonna call it quits, Maria's like, all right, ya, si este video no pega, ya estoy, ya, hasta aquí llegué.
¿Fue el video más
Sí.
estúpido or was
No,
it actually?
It was kind of a dumb video because that video wasn't even a
It's
video
usually
that...
the dumbest video.
Dude, and it wasn't even a video that we had like actually like done. That video we had in our Snapchat from 2 years ago. That we just happened to have, and I was like, oh, this is a good one to post for April Fool's Day. It was a prank we did to our dad. Él se metió like to get in the shower, and he was using he always uses our speakers. And so then I was like to Laura, like, oh, let's prank my dad. And then Laura's like, okay, what should we do? And then I was like, just go to your Snapchat, record a message, and then stop his music. And the message said like, Señor, ya se le acabó su tiempo. ¿Desea poner más coras? And my dad started talking back to the speakers. So then he was like, oh yeah. He's like, ve dile a Martín que te dé más dinero. And then the funny part was that Laura just left Snapchat open, so the message kept repeating over.
It was
and
on
over.
loop, the message. So he was so confused.
You sound like, le dije que sí.
Yeah. He's like, oh, pues ya les dije que sí. Pónganle más cosas. Yeah, so then that video like was the one that blew up for us.
No.
Because people were like, oh man, that's so funny. The fact that your dad was speaking to the speakers and they were like, okay, then we have like, they were like, okay, maybe we
You
can
guys
do
found
pranks.
motivation.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
found
found
motivation. We're like, okay, we can do pranks now, but then I took it too far.
Oh, you took it too far.
I
How
took
many
it too-
followers did that video get you?
I think I got a 7,000, but
Wow.
like that was a lot for
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
going
yeah.
from 30 followers.
To 7,000?
7,000.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it was 7,000, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember these numbers
Yeah,
because they're
because
so
it's
vivid and
your
they're
first,
yes.
yeah.
Y después empezaron a crecer. How many views did that video get?
I think it was like 400,000
Wow.
views, which is, it is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
But, it didn't reach like 1 million, but it was like for us.
For us, it was
Well-
like our first, like over 10,000 views.
No,
Yes.
actually, no, remember our first video that was kind of viral? I mean, it was like 20,000 views or something.
But you
It
still
was
feel
a-
you're like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
I'm
like-
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it reaches more than the K, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, once you get the, I remember when Instagram would, right now, obviously, you don't get the K until 10,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
But I
yeah.
remember when they used to do 1K.
Oh, I don't even think I like,
No, but
I was
then-
there for that.
Yo tampoco. So I was always like, oh my God, I just can't wait to get to the 1K.
Yeah.
Just as long as you get the K.
As long as I see the K, I made it.
Exacto. What? Okay, so then April Fools, that's your guys' TikTok video. Entonces, you took it too far with the
Yeah.
pranks. Well, what did you do that made it go too
It
far?
was a fake beehive prank. Like,
Beehive?
yeah, like
Yeah,
a fake
beehive,
beehive. Like I made it
like-
myself.
Yeah, like
Ah,
the night
yeah.
before, we literally went out to the garage and we planted everything. We got this
No manches,
una
son crueles.
pelotita and we put beads in there,
Uh-huh.
and it like sounded like there was like bees in there.
Uh-huh.
And then we attached it to this invisible string, so my dad wouldn't see the
No
string.
manches, tu
No,
pobre
dude,
padre.
I know.
Okay, bueno, pues cuéntame.
Yeah, so then.
And then even that day we did like error and trial to see if it
I
funcionaba.
know. We were like, okay, Laura, so let's suppose you're my dad and you're like poking around to see, and then we're gonna pull it. Okay, it works.
Yeah. Yeah, so then the next day, we were like, okay, it's time. And then I even fui a traer mis bocinas. I put like fake, the bees noise. Yeah, the bees.
So then we told my dad, we're like, Apá, creo que hay abejas en el garage, like arriba.
Sí.
He's like, he came inside, he's like, sí, se escuchan como por allá, ¿verdad? And then we're like, yes.
And
I
then
should have
we
just
thought-
pulled the string right there and then, but no, I let him go get a ladders, bro. And then he came back with the ladders, and then I was like, shit,
So
should I
then
still do this?
cause
Should I still do this? Yes.
Yeah. My dumb ass was like, yes, we're not stopping.
yeah, Maria was already like in the corner where she's supposed to pull the string, and I was gonna like I was looking at her to like be like because dude I was like he's
No, so
going
like,
up the
aboard, aboard.
but no esta way.
she didn't see this. She didn't see this.
Yeah,
she said this.
Literally. Yeah, so then good thing, thankfully nothing happened to I pulled the string, my dad got scared.
Se
He
cayó.
jumped.
Se cayó,
No se
pero
cayó, he cut himself. Like
he
he
jumped
was on the
off.
second step, so he wasn't that high up, you know?
Okay, sí. Sí.
Por lo menos lo dejé que no estaba tan arriba.
Sí.
Yeah. So he was on the second step, he cut himself, and then he was like, well, we didn't even start laughing right away because it wasn't even funny, because just seeing him like trip like that, I was like, oh shit, this wasn't even funny.
No.
Yeah, so then like no man, nos dio una regañada, like peor regañada. Like I think it was peor than when I left Laura in LA.
yeah, and for that one he didn't talk to us for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No
nos
manches.
regañó y ya después no nos habló, and then it was awkward seeing him in the hallway.
You're like, nos tenemos que sentar en la mesa contigo.
Yeah. So then after that we stopped doing pranks and we moved on to dumb challenges.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you heard of this little nitro. It's the world's spiciest gummy bear.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We tried that, and then
¿Les duró más, o sea, poco el corrido o qué?
yeah.
So like we got two, one for me, one for her. We had it, and then I think what made that video blew up was because I was like, it's hot.
And then I was like, espérame aquí. So I went to go get my mom's leaf blower. and then I was like, ten way, that's más fresca.
And then I was like, stop.
You didn't even know she was going to do that.
No, I didn't. So then like I think that's what made the video funny.
Yeah.
And then after that we're like, okay, let's keep doing dumb challenges.
Uh-huh.
And then we also took it too far with the challenges.
Okay, now would you do like, what lesson did you learn there, Maria and Laura?
Somebody, because we started like actually doing challenges, and
No, somebody commented on our video saying like, oh, you should do a Spice King Cam challenge. Y ese güey, él sí, like he's crazy. One of his challenges that he came up with, he'll have Listerine, like se enjuaga la boca con Listerine, then have some chile, then have
then
a Red Bull, Mentos, and all of that like in the same
like moment. Like,
yeah. And so then we're like, all right,
Ya no sé quién nos creíamos, güey. But we're like, ahí vamos.
Bien monas.
Ahí vamos de mamonas.
Exacto. Ya tienes tus mentos, sí.
Ya agarramos el chile serrano, el chile el otro, el anaranjado, de todos los chiles que encontramos en la tienda.
De todas las matas ahí que encontramos. We're like, ese se mira bueno, ese también. And so we like did the challenge, pero las dos like we just started like throwing up like
right, like I hadn't even swallowed it yet.
I had swallowed it and I just felt it burning so bad right here because it was like Mentos, Listerine,
Sí,
chile,
de todo,
güey.
So then we're like, that was the last challenge we did. I was like, no more.
Did your mom or dad ever say,
No,
like,
my
"Qué
mom.
pendejas"?
No, my
O sea,
mom. The first time that we popped up on her For You page.
Oh,
no
shit.
sé cómo.
She got a TikTok herself. She popped them up on For You page. Mira, they look like my daughter.
But yes, and after we like heard our videos like coming from another room, me and Laura looked at each other like, our video.
Yeah, and she was literally scrolling one by one. She was there for 2 hours hasta que se echó todos los videos en nuestra página, and then después llegó a nuestro cuarto. She's like, tengo que hablar con ustedes. And then we're like, yes. And then she said like, no me gusta el contenido que están subiendo. Son puras pendejadas. Un día de estos
Se van a matar.
And
It's
then,
a challenge. No,
It's like, it's a challenge, man. No, but by the time she got our challenges, we had already stopped doing challenges. Yeah, that's why I didn't even care that que nos estaba regañando. I was like, dude, without challenge we haven't done like in more than 2 weeks, and
Sí.
we had already made the idea that we were not gonna do challenges anymore.
Did you guys feel some type of way doing videos after you pranked your dad? You're like, ay, pues seguimos haciendo videos.
no me acuerdo.
I don't.
I mean, I
we felt really bad, but we were just grateful that literally nada le pasó.
Yeah.
Like, más de que el susto y like, la regañada obviously también ayudó.
What was your first brand deal? Because you said you guys got that. Wait, when did you want to quit? Was it April?
April.
So
we were like, we're done. We're just ready for the world to open up again so we can go back to like our job, you know?
Lies.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, we're grateful that it worked out how it worked out. Then the first brand deal that we got was Pollo Loco.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then they asked me how much do I charge for a brand deal. I didn't know anything. So then
con comida.
You're like, no me vas a pagar con un burrito.
Yeah, I was the same way. Y ahora no.
No,
Las mujeres facturan.
Exacto. No, but then I was like telling like other friends like how much I charge Pollo Loco. They're like, bro, you hella ripped yourself. I was like,
¿Cuánto les cobraste?
So les cobré $300, and we already had like more than 300,000 followers at the moment.
No manches, es para que hubieras cobrado $3,000.
Yeah, dude, but I literally
no
had
sabíamos.
No idea, and like tampoco no sabía a quién preguntarle.
Y porque no teníamos like nobody like
no social media friends at the moment, like nobody.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't ask my parents, like they know even less. And
¿Cuánto cobran? No, pues mi hija 300 está bien.
Yeah, my mom thought because I told her how much I charged them. She's like, ay hija, no cobraste mucho. She's like, hubieras empezado con 50. And I was like, ay mamá, tú sí, no, contigo sí me hubieran like robado.
My very first brand deal, I charged I think $50, $100, and I forgot who it was for, pero sí, no, ahora ya.
No, ahora ya no.
No,
ahora cuando me dicen, nomás te voy a ofrecer $100, yo estoy,
No, do you ever get emails that are like, oh, we're doing a gift exchange where we give you the product and then we'll send you like based on your link and then how many sales?
Yes. Oh my God, dude, those piss me off.
I'm over this. Porque te lo venden bien bonito. They're like, hey, we got this brand and whatnot.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, great. And then they're like, and how much is it? Oh, well, you actually make your money based on the sales.
How many sales you make, yeah.
And I was like, what I did, I have it on my notes. I have like, hey, these are my rates for myself. These are my rates for my podcast. And I send them. Oh, it's a lot. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You can move on to the next person.
Exacto. Ya no estamos. And especially it makes me mad porque una vez me acuerdo que we were doing a brand, which I'm not going to say with who. I'll tell you guys off air porque I'm still with in the long run.
Yeah.
Anyways, entonces, yo me acuerdo que cobré $500 for like an Instagram post, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, like $500 for an Instagram post. It's a lot of money, you know?
Yeah.
And then my friend, who is also an influencer who is white, they paid him $1,500 for the same post, and he had less followers. I was like,
oh my God.
Nada más por ser güero el güey, ¿verdad?
Exacto. Brown don't frown, baby. Like we.
Oh my God.
Sí, por eso ya digo, no, ¿saben qué?
No.
El que sigue.
Yeah,
el que sigue. A mí no me hacen su güey.
A los leones.
Exacto. Y ahora ya, what are the beautiful things about this TikTok empire that you guys created as sisters? Did you guys make it a business? Did you guys, or cómo lidian con eso, taxes, all that? You're like, oh, wow.
Well, the thing that I'm like most grateful about is like now that we can like choose our own schedule.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also that we can literally work from anywhere. We can make anything, any place, our workspace for the day. Como like this weekend fuimos a Disneylandia and we made content there. So we're going to definitely tax that whole Disneyland trip because we made content out there. So for me, I'm grateful that being a social media influencer, like you can literally tax anything. If you made content that day, you can tax it.
So that's interesting because last week's episode was all about taxes, and obviously because we're in tax season, how do you guys go about it? How was that introduced to you?
So last year we just got lucky because my parents already have the same tax lady that they've been going to for years now.
Mm-hmm.
But we were scared to go to her last year because it was going to be our first year doing taxes as an influencer.
Uh-huh.
And because ella ya la había cagado, like one of our like our parents' taxes salieron mal.
Sí.
So then I was like, oh, do I really trust her? Like,
Yes.
because but we ended up like going to her because we couldn't find anybody else.
Oh, I need to present you like a good CPA.
Oh, okay. Well, the lady ended up doing a really good job.
Damn.
Like she was okay.
She kind of knew like what it meant to be a social media influencer. Entonces ella nos estaba preguntando, oh, did you guys travel anywhere? Did you like? Did you use?
She was asking everything.
Yeah,
she's
like,
like, do you use Wi-Fi at home? I was like, yes, we do for this. And then she's like, do you use this? Did you use?
I'm like,
how much
girl, I'm
gas?
using you.
Yeah. So then she was literally putting everything, like she texts mostly everything.
Wow.
So like it ended up being a big deductible, and that helped a lot, so we didn't have to pay back more. Because like now that since we're like independent contractors, we don't really get a lot of money back from
Of
like,
course, because
yeah.
you're out. And that's something that a lot of people don't know, porque muchas personas quieren ser influencers and they want to live a lavish lifestyle y todo eso, but at the end of the day, and at the beginning of the following year, it's like reality hits. A lo mejor te gastaste todo tu dinero. But you guys were aware of that? Like
because before that, the jobs that we were doing, like promoting the beers and the Land Rover Jaguar, we were also independent contractors, so we already knew that as an independent contractor, you
don't get any money back, and you like
al contrario, tú pagas.
Yeah, entonces ya sabíamos, so that's why we kind of last year cuando fuimos con la tax lady ya habíamos ahorrado like enough because we already knew that she was gonna be like, okay, like
and
you
then
like
much. Our parents, because they are like also knew that we were independent contractors, were like, pues salven un buen dinero para los taxes because you just don't know how much you have to pay.
Damn. What's the hardest thing about being a social media influencer?
Right now, the views on our videos, they haven't been like doing well, so right now we're like feel low, like our lowest point, because like it sucks that on TikTok, aunque tenemos like 1 million de followers, I don't know why TikTok still doesn't show our videos to like our followers.
That's
the most frustrating thing.
Yes, that's so true.
Like every time you post, you have to literally pretend as if you have no followers and you're starting from scratch, and just like keep going, because like honestly, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, because at the end of the day, they're not gonna be shown to them.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you're starting from scratch every time you make a new post.
Yeah, and then what was this article that was recently released that TikTok people who work at TikTok?
Oh yeah, they're the ones that choose what video goes viral. What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
bro.
Bro, like todo el dinero que te trajéramos, you know?
Yeah. Literally.
What's the biggest brand deal, if you don't mind sharing, that you guys got?
I think it was it Jack
in the Box? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was also the best one, because for that one we had to go to like a content.
Paga Jack in the Box?
Almost to get you a new car.
Eso, está bien.
No, yeah.
That's good. But that was the most exciting one.
That was also the most exciting one, not just because of the money, but the whole experience in itself was the best one.
Wow.
Yeah, like for that one, they rented a house in Malibu. They also had other creators. They had creators like King Batch, Nina Marie, Oscar Miranda. They had all those creators there. Y cuando llegamos, like, we were literally the smallest creators there.
Because at that moment, we weren't even at 1 million followers yet.
You were like, pues nosotros nos invitaron.
I was like, pues estoy aquí, güey. Me invitaron.
Yeah, but that was so cool because they had us film stuff like with their professional cameras, and then they were like, and if you guys need, because they wanted us to do a TikTok right there, so we already had an idea.
Así, al seco.
Yeah. Nos dijeron, okay, you guys can use whatever you want, like, let us know, we're here for you. And they were like, they were just very welcoming and like very nice.
Yeah. Like everybody was like so nice. The only thing is that I was so nervous because it was like our first like big like kind of collaboration, and there was like other creators there, and so like I wish I would have not been as nervous, because like I would have talked more to the other creators. But like when I saw King Batch, because we've been following him since he was like in his Vine days.
Yeah.
So then I was like,
well, like Oscar Miranda, the
YouTube.
También. Yeah, and then I was just like, hi, and that's it.
Yeah, I remember when I first moved to LA and I saw him at the gym, I was like, oh my God, he's at the gym, same gym. Like, he's a normal person like I am.
Yeah, but that was like the best one.
Yeah, like, y luego pusieron, we asked them, we're like, where is this gonna air? Like, where all the stuff that we're shooting for you guys?
Univision.
Yeah. And they were like, no, nomás va a salir en nuestra página de Instagram y de YouTube. I'm like, okay, yeah, los estoy mirando,
Estoy watchando.
Yeah, y luego, for our part, they, because querían que hiciéramos un baile con un TikToker que es un bailador. Javier, no sé qué, but he's like a good like break dancer. Like he's like legit a dancer. He's not just one of those TikTok dancers. But they wanted him to show us a dance move, and we're like, oh, dude, like yo no bailo pa nada. I was like, baby girl, that's not gonna work for me.
I don't get paid enough.
But it was nerve-wracking because they had all their crews watching us, like as he's teaching us the dance.
That was also a pretty professional set. Like they had the whole like camera, lights, action. Yeah, and it was like, I don't know, 20 people watching.
Like when's the novela theme song gonna come up?
Yeah, and so they wanted him to like throw us the sandwich that we were promoting and do the dance move. No, hombre, like we did like creo que 10 takes, and at the end they ended up using the fail video because it was just funnier.
It was just me dropping the sandwich because I also couldn't catch it, like because they wanted me to do a dance move at the same time catching a sandwich.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I can barely even just catch the sandwich alone, bro. Yeah. And now I have to do a dance break with it.
But they still used the funny part, which made it funnier. Like when we saw that the part that they included us, I'm like, well, now it looks funny because like they even added sound effects on like cuando se le cae el sandwich. But it was a good experience overall.
Dang, that's awesome. What about, does it frustrate you that Instagram doesn't translate to TikTok or TikTok to Instagram? Porque, 1 million on TikTok, but does that translate to Instagram?
At first, like they were kind of transferring, but then not really.
Yeah.
So then like after that, we just kind of got used to it. And I was like, well, like, I don't know if it's because like not everybody has Instagram because TikTok is mostly kids. Like we've noticed that all of our fan base is mostly kids, and I don't know how old to like.
I feel like Instagram it's mostly people from like 20 to like older that use Instagram. TikTok is just Gen Z.
Facebook?
Yeah, and Facebook allí ya no ponemos porque we were trying to grow on Facebook, but we only got to 100 followers because then I started putting the pieces together. It's like it's only people like my mom that use Facebook. She doesn't like our videos.
No nos está dando dinero.
Yeah. So then we're like, I think it's mostly señoras on Facebook. So we stopped posting on Facebook because I was like, I don't know if we're wasting our time here or not, but like we're just gonna put more. Like use all of our time for TikTok, now Instagram, now YouTube Shorts.
Yes, YouTube Shorts. Oh my God. También I'm just trying like to keep up with everything that is going on in the social media world. What do you recommend for others that want to start in the social media business?
Just start anywhere. Like literally just keep posting. Not every video that you post is going to be perfect. Like you're going to figure it out as you go. Like when we started all of our videos, looking back at them, to me I was like, damn dude, what was I thinking when I posted that?
But
we were showing up. So
you literally just have to just start somewhere, just post. Even when we started, we were really shy. Like talking to the camera, because it does feel weird talking to the camera, or like even just like filming yourself in front of your phone. It does feel weird, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So if like anybody that wants to be a social media influencer, I just say just do it.
Just do it. Just like go
just
for
don't
it.
Don't even care what people think, because they're gonna judge you regardless.
Literally.
If this were to end today, is there a backup plan? Because I feel like that's like where a lot of people are afraid, like, oye, pero si me quiero dedicar a todo esto, like, what happens? Because people, that is a fear that people have.
Yeah, I think we'll just go back to our other job, like the marketing one, because that one's always hiring. You don't know who hires. We would just go back to that until, I don't know if social media would go back up again, but...
Is there somebody that you guys wish you guys could collaborate with?
Oh yeah,
there's a couple people. I don't know. So do you know Adam W?
No.
He does like comedy skits like us, but like his is like, I feel like because his skits are like more relatable to everybody. Like for us, it's just mostly relatable to Hispanics. His is relatable to everybody. So I'm trying to get to that level.
Yes.
Yeah. And then for me, is this other guy who also does skits. His name is Jeremy Lynch.
Okay, I know that one.
Yeah, his skits are like next level.
Yeah.
Like, I like the whole production he takes like to his videos. So we want to eventually collaborate with it, because they recently did a collab together.
Not recently, they've been collabing.
Well, they've been collabing, they've been collabing, but we love both of their content because we find it so relatable.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully one day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think if I were to collaborate with somebody else, and somebody who I admired, even though they're younger than me, is Juan Pazurita.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
like I mean, he started in Vine, then
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, podcasting, now presenting TV shows
Yeah,
and whatnot.
he's made
And
it far.
I'm like, wait, tienes 24, 25 años.
Yeah, he's young.
He's young.
Yeah, but he's thriving.
Yes.
Yeah, so this podcast, Échale, obviously, Échale Ganas, because todo el mundo le está echando ganas. We all start in different points in our lives, but I want it more for ¿qué le quieres echar al mundo? What do you guys want to leave? What is your paw print in this world?
That like not everything's gonna be easy. Like for us, even like when we started growing on social media, and like we thought that we were gonna keep growing as fast as we were growing, and then we would get stuck, and that didn't stop us either. So like whenever you feel like stuck, tú nomás síguele, like, because you never know like donde puedes llegar. But the important thing is like don't give up on yourself.
And also, it's never too late to start something. Because when we started social media, how old were we? Like 27, 20.
No, 26.
26. But then when we started going to like these like events with other TikTokers, they were like, oh, I'm 20, I'm 21. Y ellos ya con más seguidores que nosotros.
¿Qué le dijo?
I'm like, mijo, no traes. No,
Un vaso de agua, por favor.
But yeah, it's never too late to start. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, like no importa qué edad tengas, tú nomás empieza. Like si quieres cambiar de career, tú nomás haz lo que tengas que hacer para empezar de nuevo.
Yeah.
Exacto. Termina tu carrera y haz lo que te apasiona. I
Sí.
mean,
Yeah.
my parents wanted me to be a doctor. I clearly ended up talking for a living. But no, I want to thank you guys for your guys' time, porque yo sé que ya se está haciendo un poquito tarde, but thank you guys so much for being on Échale Podcast. Did you guys have fun?
Yes.
we did.
Okay, I was going to be like, se ve súper serio, se ve súper serio el estudio, pero realmente no lo es. And I want to go ahead and thank Kaylee's Mosquera, who was our switcher for today, desde Venezuela. Thank you so much. Te voy a tener que traer ayacas next time. And thank you to San Bernardino Valley College, muchachas, Estrada Twins. Where can people find you?
Everywhere, mostly Estrada Twins.
Yeah, so TikTok, Estrada Twins, YouTube, Estrada Twins. For IG, it's just Estrada Twin 1 and Estrada Twin 2.
O sea, no se compliquen mucho la vida.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
this will be in the show notes so you guys can follow the Estrada Twins. Laura, Maria, muchísimas gracias once again. This is Échale Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.